Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I want to start off by saying a big thank you to everybody that subscribed. I think we're up to about 316 subscribers now. It's building and it's all because of you guys out there. I really appreciate that. So thank you so much. I hope if you're doing dry January, I hope it's not being too much of a problem for you, and well done if you've done it, because I've literally tipped off, fell off the wagon, and not because I really needed the drink so much, is the fact that I missed doing this. And I don't want to be standing here talking to you about lemonade or Coke. I want to talk to you about beer. Now, talking about beer, I did a video, sort of a live international feed with Jesse from Frank's Jailhouse Pub Shed over in Port de Luce in Canada. It was really good. It's an hour and 47 minutes long. It's a good old chat. It's on the channel if you want to watch that. And we talked about non-alcoholic beers, alcohol-free beers. And the winner, by far out, the six beers we had was the Guinness Zero. Absolutely fantastic. Steve Gilson from the Guinness, he's the head of global quality, told me they do a cold filtration on it. It's actually available on the website to see that, where they filter the beer so finely through that only the alcohol filters through and leaves all the integrity of the beer there. It must take something away from it, because then I think they add something back to make it. But Guinness Zero is by far, I think, in my opinion, and Jesse agreed, a fantastic non-alcoholic beer. However, I was recommended this years ago, but I don't really do alcohol-free beers. But I had one of these. ADNAMS Ghost Ship 0.5%. So basically a non-alcoholic beer. Although when I blipped it through Sainsbury's today, and I did mean to bring the receipt down, I think it was £1.50. I had to be verified for age, so you still can't buy this unless you're over the age of 18 and looking like 21, is it, or 25? Anyway, so there it is, lovely label with a nice red sky there. Now, I don't know why they change, the look of the label for this, but it's very brilliant how they do it. Now, I have got here the alcoholic version of it, which is coming in at 4.5%. Now, this is one of my favourites, and considering it's a Citra beer, it's a hauntingly good beer, and it is bold citrus flavours from Citra hops. Now, Citra, for me, unless a beer is really I'm terrible with my words sometimes. We've been out and about all day. Unless the beer is particularly made well and the hop is used in a really good way, it can be so overpowering in the Citra hops. This, I find it absolutely fine. So I enjoyed this the other day, and I love this. I always have, ever since I've had it. It's a lovely, beautiful beer. I've done an AB with a can and the bottle. But what I want to do today, I want to see how good this is when I'm drinking the real stuff, because this was not bad at all. So I have got a ADNAMS Ghost Ship glass, which I am going to put the real one in, if I can find my bottle opener. Here it is. So I'm going to put the real one, the alcohol one, into the Ghost Ship glass. Let's get it in. A lovely beer. This is one of those beers I hadn't had for a long time. And then we went to Foxton Locks, I think. And I don't know why I'm swelling this, because it's not a bottle conditioned beer at all. It just becomes a habit. And I've given it such a big head. It's unbelievable. But anyway, what I noticed last night when I was with Jesse is, and I don't think this has got a nuclear... Oh, it might have. It might, yes, it has got a nucleation point on the glass. So there is some very big levels of rising carbonation in there, but it has got a nucleation point on the bottom of the glass. So let's get the rest of this in here. This is the 4.5% all singing, all dancing alcoholic version of this beer. Right, so in this glass, which hasn't got a nucleation point on the bottom, but to be quite frank, I'm not going to worry about that because I've had this last night and I know it was doing a similar sort of thing. It had that rising carbonation. So, yeah, we've not got a nucleation point on this, but I don't think it's going to really matter too much. But if we lose a little bit of the carbonation out of this beer, I am actually going to blame myself for it, because the actual proper glass that is for the proper beer has got that nucleation point on it. So it wants that. So if this beer happens to go a little bit flat, the non-alcoholic version of it, I am going to blame myself for that. So we have still got rising levels of carbonation going on in there, which is good. So there we have the two beers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that one there because that's full of alcohol at 4.5%, proper alcohol in that. This 0.5%. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on a smaller glass, right? So a smaller glass, so it's not quite as big as its big brother, but it's still there. So let's just move them over here a little bit. So there they go. This is actually posing on top of my tap and barrel glass there from my beautiful tap and barrel pub in Wiston. Now look, to be quite fair, look at them bottles. Lovely design, absolutely fantastic, really good. So here's the two beers then. So I put it in the proper glass so I know which one's which. So they are looking pretty much exactly the same. Okay, the one on the left or your right, maybe, is got them rising levels of carbonation still going on because it's in a nucleated glass. But look at the head on that. Now, I did notice when I was drinking this last night that the head retention was very good on this non-alcoholic version of it. Very good. So straight away, I'm really sorry about the sniffing. I know people complain about it. I've watched lots of beer reviewers and they're all doing sniffing. It's that time of year. It's January, isn't it? And this is dry January and people are fed up. They're not drinking. You know, I'm not because I'm drinking. But anyway, let's get the nose. Now, when I actually smelt this last night, because I'd not had one of these for a while, I thought it smelled quite good. You can almost tell, you can almost smell that sort of non-alcoholic beer smell in these beers, can't you? A little bit metallic maybe. But yeah, I can actually get some of them sort of biscuity malt hints, which is great really, considering they've sopped the alcohol out of this. So yeah, and it's not overly citrusy. That's what I mean. It's not like it's literally not like sucking in a lemon, smelling a lemon. So let's get the nose on the real one. I mean, more citrus in that. But yeah, there is a little bit more of a Moorishy biscuit smell in there. Bit more of the malts coming through on that. But they are very, very similar, so that's not bad at all. So, I don't know which one. I think, to be fair, I need to get into the alcohol-free one first before I then hit that, because I don't want to hit that, and then that's going to make that even worse than it probably is. So, cheers, everybody. So, this is the Ghost Ship, 0.5%, basically alcohol-free. I think it just has to put that, just in case there's a smidgen in there. Cheers, everybody. It's not their fault that the head's gone a little bit. It's my fault. So, it's a good mouthfeel. It's a good carbonated mouthfeel. There is some flavours in there. You know, you're getting that. It is a bit metallic. It is, I'm not going to lie. But as far as alcohol-free beers go, this isn't offensive. It's not one of those you go, oh, Jesus, that's horrible. It's horrible. It's not offensive. This has got like a nice, this beer has a nice sort of hoppy finish. It has a nice bit of bitterness with it. And this is giving you a nice dry, hoppy bitterness to the beer. It's not offensive at all. This is actually, I've been watching a lot of beer reviewers do non-alcoholic beers because I've not been doing it myself. So it's been one of those go-to watch, especially Rate My Beer. Them two guys there. Is it Paul and Melissa? I don't want to get the names wrong. But anyway, yeah, if I got the names wrong, I do apologise. But I'll tag them in this because, like, you know, they do some great stuff. And they've really took one for the team. They've literally gone through as many alcohol-free beers as they can. And some of them, even the German ones, have been absolutely awful. I've had the Erdinger, which is the isotonic drink. And to call it, I mean, it's a German beer. It's a German brewery done that. And it's just not good. It really isn't. And I think that was when I thought, no chance. But then I'd forgotten about the ADNAMS Ghost Ship. That a very good friend of mine who was involved with the Leicester Beer Festival, the Cameron Beers Festival in Leicester, recommended this and said it's not bad at all. But I do not do alcohol-free drinks. If I go anywhere and I'm driving and I am going to want a beer, I will take the Guinness as a usual, or I'll just drink coffee. I'm not really that fussed. I always still have a good time. But this is not offensive at all. Very, very low level of the sort of malt taste in there. It's almost like, even though however they've took the alcohol out of this has took some of them flavours away. However, it is quite a carbonated beer. There is a bit of the citrus taste there. There is a bit of the biscuity sort of malt flavours and, you know, taste moorishness a little bit. You know, don't get me wrong, don't have this and think it's going to blow your socks off. But what I'm saying is, for as alcohol-free beers go, and the ones I've tried in the past, and all the ones that people have drank and they've said, try this is not bad, I thought, nah, it's bad. This is a good one. But, right, so I've got that nice, lovely dry bitterness, a nice hop, a little bit of a hop smash, very good. It's quite belchy. Carbonation levels are quite fizzy. Let's get into the real one. Let's get into this absolutely, really, really lovely looking beer. It is a really nice looking beer, lovely glass, really, really nice. Nothing stuck to the side of the glass. Very belchy. Oh my God. Right, so here we go. How's the nose on this now? Yeah, I mean, you know, just a bit more in the way of Citra, really. Anyway, let's try this. Oh, excuse me. More smoother in the mouthfeel, definitely. A bit more smoother. Wow, I've got to say, I thought I was going to be drinking that and it was going to, like, completely and utterly, like, throw this one off the bar. But it don't. And that's why I wanted to... I don't think I've actually seen anybody do the real one and the non-alcoholic one. Yeah. And I think it's very rare that you get the exact same beer in this you know, in this sort of like scenario, where you have the counterpart of itself doing the non-alcoholic version. But that... Now, I actually prefer this, I think, and I might be contradicting myself here, but I think I prefer this in the can. You've still got that hoppy, that bitterness at the end. This actually seems a little bit more bitter. I think they use American hops in this as well. You're probably getting a bit more. See, the citra in this is so subtle. It's more in like the lemony, lemon and lime type of. You know, them. I can't sort of get the words to sort of like tell you when a citra hop really comes on, when you have a citra beer, and it's just really like complete and utter astringent lemon, horrible citrus. Oh, it just doesn't appeal to me. But in this, it's a well balanced. It's using the hops in a really well balanced way, and it must be with the other hops in there, and the slight bitterness that you're getting. But this is said bold citrus flavors. You're not getting a big, massive citra hit, which I like about that. And there is some Moorishness in there from the malts. Right, let's get back into this and see how this is doing. It's just more astringent, that is. It's more metallic. And I think all the alcohol, most of the alcohol-free beers have got that sort of metallic-ness about them. But it's a bit more Moorish. It's really close. Both these beers are really, excuse me, really blowing me up. 2 pints together. But, you know, we've still got some head retention, even though that is not a nucleated glass. So I think if you like Ghost Ship, and I actually prefer this, I'm sure I prefer it in the can, and especially in the big 5 litre can, and get it poured through here. Yeah, it's a nice beer. I mean, it's better on draft as well. If you have it on draft, it's really nice. But literally, apart from it being a bit more metallic, a little bit more astringent with a bitterness, I would say by far, Guinness is the best for me. The Zero Guinness is the one. But if you like sort of like this type of ale, you know, if you like a pale ale, and especially this one, the ADNAMS Ghost Ship, which I think is quite a popular one, and you're on dry January, go and grab yourself one of these and see what you think, because I don't think you'll be too disappointed with it, actually. I really don't. It is what it is. It's not a light you fire up beer. It's not like a crafted blimmin', like when I say crafted, of course all the beers are crafted, but it's not like you know, it's not like a dipper or anything like that, is it? It's not like what am I trying to say? Like a microbrewery's sort of like extremely hopped, crafted beer. It is a traditional brewery's beer that's very popular and that's been brewed for years and years and years, and it's available everywhere. And they've created this alcohol-free version, which is pretty good. The hops really shine through on that. You just don't get that back addition of Moorish malts with this. That's the only thing. And that's expected, isn't it? Because that's where the alcohol comes from the malted barley, doesn't it? So as soon as you're taking the alcohol out, you're taking away what has actually been produced by the malted barley. You know, the alcohol is produced by the malted barley, sugars and starch that the yeast has turned into alcohol. Take the alcohol away, and you're taking away them flavours. You really are. So for these to actually like have that's what it is. You're getting a lot more of the hops and less of the malted sweetness, and that's why the bitterness is a little bit astringent, is a bit drier, not so balanced with the sweetness. But what can we expect? We've got to expect that. But yeah, it's a very good one. Yeah, I think that for me, if you wanted to go and grab yourself a non-alcoholic beer of this sort of style, if you're not a stout person, you just like a nice pale ale or any kind of style, if you like IPAs or anything like that, you know, for me, I just think this one, as far as when it starts coming away from stouts and you know, and you're just coming towards just a normal type of nice light pale ale, you know, then this is very good. It is very good. It'd be funny to see like the ingredients as well, wouldn't it? Because tells you on here how many calories this is, but I can't find on here how many calories this is. Oh, here we go. Right, so this is quite right. So here we go, look. So the actual original Ghost Ship is 39 calories per 100 millilitres, right? And this is showing one portion is 115 calories for 500 millilitres. So in actual fact, there's less calories in here. So right, we've got 23 calories per 100 millilitres. And this is 39 calories per 100 millilitres. So, dry January, is it really worth the flavour loss? Is it? Are we best to do cut down January? So if you like Ghost Ship and you'd normally have 4 of these, have 2. You know, or 4 of these, I don't know. Me personally, 4.5% ABV. It's not high in the alcohol. It's not a killer alcohol. And calories wise, you're not really saving much. You know, you're not really saving many calories if you're on a calorie count because of it. But you're compromising flavour and you're compromising finish and the experience of the beer. But because this is not this one off the park, I'd say that, like, you know, dry January, this is a good one. Anyway, right, I've been Speno. Thank you so much for watching. I thought this was going to be a quick video, and it's still a Spencer Waffle 23-minute video. But cheers, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to be back soon with what I believe to be a fantastic dipper from our local brewery. So yes, stay tuned to the channel and wait for that to come. It will just trickle its way in and appear at some point. Cheers, everybody, and thank you to ADNAMS Brewery for producing what is quite, frankly, not a bad non-alcoholic beer. Brilliant. Cheers. The Ghost Ship.